Hello, hello. Right, this is another full body workout. We do a warm up. We are going to do the workout. We've got a little finisher and then stretch and turn. In and out. It's quite short and sweet, but it's going to be quite intense at the same time. So let's do this. So you're going to warm up your feet. Move your feet in any way and warm up your wrists. Did I just say warm up your feet? I don't know what I said. Warm up your wrists and move your feet. Maybe I said that. Who knows? I'm doing moving your wrist around anyway because you will be going and doing some weight bearing and planks. To be fair, you could probably do it on the hands as well, but there will be push-ups later. Spoiler alert. Nice, warming up the shoulders, few circles round, forward and back. Should not be feeling any kind of intensity at the moment. You're just going from resting into a little bit of movement and workout. What a great song. And open chest, swing arms forward and back. It's a dynamic stretch, meaning it's a moving stretch for your chest as you pull the arms back. You might even get a little stretch of your back as you cross the arms over. Squats, bodyweight squats. Feet a bit wide on the hips. Push the hips back and down. Toes may be slightly turned out, but make sure it's your hips going back and down. You're not just hinging or rounding or slumping through your back. Re-angle this. So knees down, push-ups. Knees down. Even if you can do your push-ups on your toes. Knees down or knees in. But basically easy push-ups. You can also always use an incline if you ever need that to make it a little bit easier. Again, it's just the warm-up. We're not in any kind of high intensity yet. That's perfect. Jump up, alternating lunge with a twist. You're going to step back, lunge, twist in towards your legs, step in and switch your legs. Twist. Step in, feet under the hips. So feet not together but hip width. Step back and remain hip width. Star jumps. You can jump your feet out together, or you can step your feet out together if you need low impact. Let's turn the light on. Yeah, perfect. Right, warm up the wrists again. Just try and move your feet a little bit more. So sometimes you can just be doing this with the wrist, putting the hands back. Maybe you've got to physically stretch them a little bit. The main thing is it's moving, so you're never holding in a position, not doing one stretch, you are moving constantly. And then warm up the shoulders. So each time we go through, we're looking to just move it with a bit more energy and hopefully increase our range as well. So by the end of the third round, the body feels warm and the heart rate is elevated and ready to work. That's the goal. So kind of we start by resting. Swing arms forward and back, open the chest. Start with resting. It's medium, and then by the end of the workout, by the end of the warm-up, it should feel like a workout intensity. Perfect. Squats, bodyweight squats. So maybe a little bit deeper into range. Check that your knees aren't wobbling inwards, but push them outwards. It's going to create a little bit more space for you to sit down. And then also it's going to be a stronger position for your joints. Nice. Knees down, push-ups again. So knees down, you can just incline. Again, just trying to go a little bit lower. Make sure your hands aren't way out in front of you, but they're underneath or in line with your chest. Perfect. Jump up, alternating lunge with a twist again. Lunge back, twist. Always twisting into your leg that's in front of you rather than the other leg, so you're really stable, but just mobilizing the back as you warm up the legs. Star jumps. Jumping or stepping. Try and think of a little bit wide with the legs. Squeeze your legs together. Wide with the legs, squeeze your legs together, whether you're stepping it out or jumping. Right, warm up the wrist again. Final time through. Just trying to move with a little bit more energy again. And you absolutely don't have to run on the spot. You can just march on the spot. You can do anything faster. Maybe just move around the room a little bit more. Warm up the shoulders. Maybe do big old full circles of the arms. It's a good song. It is a good song. Nice, perfect. Right, open those chest, that's forward and back. Do you notice is it easier for your arms to go a bit further back now by around 3? That's the goal. Everything should feel technically easier, like you can move a little bit deeper into things. You should also be feeling more puffed out. And squats again. Down and up. Push the knees out a little bit wider. So you can sit a little bit deeper. Maybe pause at the bottom if you want to. Knees down, push-ups again. Come down to the floor. Sending in, maybe add a little pause at the bottom just to feel your range. So rather than just like really bouncing up, but just feel that the pull on the chest and the squeeze in the chest. Pull on the chest and squeeze the chest. Perfect. Jump up, alternate lunge with the twist. Lunge back, and you're working to get your knee closer to the floor every round. Making sure to not take too long a step back, that you're wobbly, but instead step back so you can keep your weight loaded on the front leg. Star jumps. Jumping out and in, go. So try to go wider, try to go longer with the arms, maybe a bigger start, and try and add a little bit of speed if you can. Again, even if you're stepping it out. Perfect, butt kicks, kick heels towards your butt. So, if you need low impact, just step it out. Again, you do not have to jump at all. And then high knees, lift your knees up towards your chest. If you need low impact, again, just step it out. Again, there's nothing to say doing it with impact if you need to not. Butt kicks again, and this time you're trying to actually physically kick your own butt. So maybe put your hands there as a target to try and actually kick by squeezing your hamstrings. And then high knees. This time you're trying to get your knees hip height or higher than hip height. So really try and pull your thighs towards your chest. Now do 10 seconds both as high and fast as you can. Butt kicks, go. 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your legs to high knees. Go 10 seconds as fast as you can and as high as you can. As you can today. Fast as you can today. You can do it slower than normal. You got 3 seconds. And relax. Well done. 30 seconds to recover. Towel down. Have a sip of water. We've got a really long working set. Not really long. If you look at the time, it's not like crazy. It's not crazy. It's 24 minutes including stretch to go. But it is pretty long. If you need to take bonus breaks from what is here, obviously do. Just take breaks for your knee because every effort is going to be 1 minute. And we never like it pretty much after 30 seconds. So let's go. We're going to start with alternating reverse lunges. So lunge back, step in and switch your legs. Just keep on alternating your legs. So this first round is kind of the nicer round. As you step back, keep, again, thinking about balancing on your front leg. So one of the most common things I see in a lunge is people lunging into the back leg and thinking that either the weight should be even across both your legs or more in the back leg. But actually, in fact, it's also called a split squat. And it's this foot is really there just to be out of the way, and it's almost like a single leg squat. So the leg that's in front is squatting. So you want to think about, pushing your hips back to keep your chest slightly tipped over the leg to feel that front leg. Just be more sure it's a difference between a slight tip and not a complete fold over or collapse. Nice, perfect. Coming down to the floor to a high plank position, up on the hands. You're just going to hold. If you do have wrist issues, feel free to come to the forearms. So spread your fingers, shoulders over the wrists, tuck your tailbone under. And you're looking for your butt to be up in line with your shoulders rather than down below. So that's one of the most common instructions I ever see from instructors is straight line from your head to your toes. But actually you kind of want to think tabletop and then your legs will go off. So straight line from your head to your tailbone, then straight across. So just check that your bum hasn't dropped below your shoulders and feel the difference when you lift the hips up more. If you need to do this on your knees, absolutely. If you're doing it on your knees, it's completely fine. It's the same thing, to put the hips down here like this, but instead lift them up, almost thinking like you're carrying a tray of drinks on your back. Pushing really hard into hands. If you're in between knees and toes, try doing, say, like 5 seconds on the toes, 5 seconds on the knees. That's perfect. Come on, back up to standing. So now we're going to do one leg at a time. 1 minute on one leg, 1 minute on the other leg. You can pick which leg you do first, because you're just going to switch after. So I said the right leg. So for me, that's going to be, I'm going to work my right leg first and move my left. But again, it really doesn't matter what you choose to do. Just stick with one side the whole time, so no longer alternating. Just burning out one leg and then the other. So what you'll notice each round is it just gets progressively a little bit more challenging on both the legs and on the core and the arms. So we've just said about the slight lean forward, like the single leg squat, balancing on your front leg, not stepping so far back that it means your weight's going on your back leg. And then start to work your range, trying to get your knee a little bit closer to the floor. The closer it goes to the floor, so if you look at this, and then dropping my knee closer, if you just watch my right leg, look at this angle, get my knee closer to the floor, look at that angle, it's going to challenge my muscles more. So that's what you're aiming for, getting the knee as close as you can to find the range in your working leg. Nice, you've got a little 10-second shake off. We'll shake, shake, and just going to switch legs. So the other leg. Nice, step it back, tap it in. Step back, a little tap in. Another reason why you might find it wobbly, so sometimes it's because you're stepping too far back and shifting your weight across 2 legs. And the other one is when people tend to go one behind the other. So just check again that when you step in, it's hip width, knees underneath the hips. When you step back, it's hip width. So we're not going out wide, nor going one behind the other like a tightrope walk. Just lunge in. So get that rhythm of how far you step back, keeping everything hip width apart, feeling the load in the front leg, and then gradually starting to work into the range a bit more, seeing if you can get your knee close to the floor. And bear in mind, it can touch the floor. So I don't want you to smash your knee on the floor, maybe it will just graze the floor, but can go that low. So if you can get it there, go for it. If you can't, just go as far as you can. Right, coming to a plank shoulder tap. So it's plank again, but this time hand to opposite shoulder. Try not to whip. So spread your fingers out. Take your feet a bit wider this time. Bring right hand to left shoulder. Place it down, left hand to right. Place down and keep on alternating. Shoulders stay over the wrists. You might find they gradually are in front of you if you end up perking your hips up. So try and keep the weight forwards here in a solid plank. And if that's a struggle, again, it's knees down to the floor. And again, if you're in between, just go as long as you can on the toes. Maybe do a few reps on the knees, take a child's pose, come back up onto the toes. With this one, the goal is, if I weren't to see that your hands are moving doing the shoulder tap, and if I was to just look at your body, it looks like you're holding a plank. So the challenge is to not rock and open your hips side to side, not shifting right and left or opening right and left. So what I mean by that is trying to avoid this. But instead, how we're working the ab here is by, as soon as you lift one hand off, that same side of your oblique, which is the side of the waist, switches on to keep yourself stable. Nice, perfect. On your feet. Have a little shake off. So back to the lunges on one leg, triple pulse, that's 3 times at the bottom. So it looks like this, you go 3, 2, 1, tap. 3, 2, 1, tap. 3 times at the bottom of the range. 3 and 2 and 1 and tap. Try not to erase it. Just go 3, 2, 1, tap. We say keep it quite slow, controlled, pulse, drive up. 3 and 2 and 1. So you should be feeling a little bit more burn come into your quad, your thigh, and your bum. If you want to create more, you know it's going deeper into the lunge. Maybe putting a bit more downward pressure into your right foot or whatever foot is in front. And if you want more again, as you tap in, keep it so light and keep your supporting leg bent. You know the one you're balancing on. So keep that slightly bent as you tap in. That way, without straightening here, keeping it bent, you'll just feel it just keeps trapping in the burn and feeling worse and worse, but secretly better and better. Nice. Have a little shake. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just doing the same on the other leg. Same thing, other leg. Triple pulse. 3, 2, 1. Little tap. 3, 2, 1, and tap. So, you've got the technique. You've done 2 rounds already of lunging. This is your 3rd one. Got the range, got the hip width. Now keep the slow, controlled pace. And keep on thinking, can you get your knee a bit closer to the floor? So I know I can. I know I can get my knees to the floor, and I'm not getting every rep. So that's going to be my focus of keeping trying to get the knee a little bit lower than I want it to go. It shouldn't be comfortable at this stage. It should be uncomfortable. It should be burning. Burning. Almost making yourself feel weak to, in the long run, make yourself feel stronger. Yeah, there we go. Nice, perfect. It's going to be in high plank position again, and going to add a shoulder tap. You can do tricep or regular push-up up to you. I'm going to do regular. So do a push-up, then tap right hand to left shoulder. Feet wide, the normal one push-up, tap right hand to left shoulder. Place hand back down, push up again, left hand to right shoulder. So again, you might need to do some of that on the knees, maybe all of it on the knees. So it might be that you do the push-up on the knees, and then come up onto the toes for the plank shoulder tap. And then knees level the push-up, up on the toes, plank shoulder tap. Maybe you're smashing the whole lot on the toes. Maybe you're smashing the whole lot on the knees. As long as you're stable, with good form, and you're feeling the load coming into your chest, your abs, and your shoulders, you're great. But always recommend, if you're finding it you can comfortably complete the minute on the knees, definitely try giving it a go on the toes. Even if you don't think you can, because I bet you can. Might not be full range, might not be perfect yet, but if you keep on trying every time, you'll get there. Well, it's coming up. Final time through. We've got lunge pulses the entire time on one leg, so we're never going to stand up. It's just going to burn, burn, burn again. Step back and pulse. Then pulse. Then pulse. So the goal is to not stand up. The goal is to not shake off. And what I find really interesting in this is sometimes when I set this to my clients and I say, okay, do this, then it will get really burny, right? Get burny, and they'll be like, and you stop. They stop and they shake off. And then I'll do it again, and I'll say, if you stand and shake off, the person next to you has to do, say, 5 burpees. And then next thing, they do it, even though they're more tired. So normally, it's not your legs that are giving up, it's normally the head. So do question, if you need to take a break, oh my God, take a break, please do. Nothing is stopping you. But do know, is it because you really have to, or because it just got a bit difficult? So maybe you're at the point it's absolutely ready, your legs are shaking, time to take a break. But if you think you can stay in, stay in. 3 and 2 and 1. Shake off. If you believe you can't, you're probably right. If you believe you can, you're probably right. I can't remember who said that. It's a great quote. Right, other leg, lunge pulse. Did you do it once? If you did, you can do it twice. If you noticed you just stood up, stand up during the last one, did you notice the time? Maybe you just beat yourself by 1 or 2 seconds on this leg. Well, the same goes for me. When I teach classes, I sometimes practice them at home. I'm like, I can't do this. Cannot do it. Then I go and teach it in front of a room of people, and they do it. I'm like, oh, it almost felt easier. So, head. It's all in the head. You're already halfway, and there's no more lunges after this. This is your last round of lunges, so you really can afford to lunge low. And then taking a breath, and as you exhale, push down harder into your front leg. Push it into the floor like you're trying to push your foot through the floor and make a hole. And yes, you're going to feel your muscles work harder, but again, that is the goal. 10 seconds to go. Oh, it's burning so much. Nice. Oh, shake off. Triple pulse push up into a shoulder tap. So you're going to go 3, 2, 1, tap. 3, 2, 1, tap. Off you go if you're good for it. So with this one, if you can, push up and tap at the same time. So you're down, 2, 3, push and tap. Down, 2, 3, push and tap. So you're almost doing a single arm push up. I'm trying to get my head under the thing. And that might be on knees or toes. If not, you do 1, 2, 3, straighten, then tap. 1, 2, 3, straighten, then tap. So it's going to depend where you are in your journey, on your push-up journey. If you can, push almost if you go for one arm. Have a pause on the hand to the shoulder. Feel how stable you are. You got 20 seconds to go. I'm actually going to do it now. 3, 2, 1. So we're nearly down to final 10 seconds, less than that. Yeah. Nice, shake off. You got a 90-second recovery. That's a big block of work. Well done. Towel down, have water, shake off. And then we're going to do a 5-minute hand wrap. 3 minutes. What is 300 seconds? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Do a 5-minute hand wrap. That means as many rounds as possible. And you can do 4 exercises. You can do squats, burpees, tricep dips, and sit-ups. So it's 5 reps of each every time. Your squats you did in the warm-up. So you're aiming for squat, down and up. It is only 5 reps. If you want more and you're happy to take impact, do a squat and a jump, making sure you land your jump at the bottom. You've got 5 burpees. So that's any variation if you're good with them. So you can do an incline burpee, stepping back and stepping in, or jumping using an incline. You can jump using the floor. You can step out any element. You can add a push up if you want, just to make sure you're not worming your body. Tricep dips, you need an incline. So grab your sofa chair, sit like that, hands under the shoulders. Take weight in palms, bend your elbows and straighten. Keeping your back close to your chair. If you've not got anything like that, just do it on the floor. Here, bend and straighten with the butt on the floor or with the butt off the floor. And then sit ups, all crunches, hands on opposite shoulders, elbows top of the knee, shoulders back down again. As many times through as you can in 5 minutes. So you're going for 5 squats. Squats or squat jumps. Again, if you are jumping, don't land with straight legs, land at the base of the squat. Once you've done your 5, you're coming to 5 burpees. Squat down to flat, hands on the floor. Jump or step to plank, jump or step into squat, jump or stand up. Don't need to jump, you can step at any element. As long as I see a squat with hands down, if that's an incline or not, I see a solid plank with the shoulders over the wrist, back into a squat, and up, that's perfect, any variation is great. 5 tricep dips after that, so hands, fingers will point forwards. You'll want to take your hands away because it makes it easier and weight is in the legs. But instead, keep your butt as close to your hands as possible. 5 tricep dips, hands narrow to help isolate the triceps. And then 5 sit-ups or crunches. So stick to the crunch if you need to. If not, sit-up is fab. You're already 1 minute down. You've got 4 minutes to go. Pick the variation. Maybe you start on a higher variation like a squat jump and you end up in a regular squat. That is fine too. It's fine. I encourage you, though, to just try and do and keep doing the one that is most challenging for you without thinking you're going to cause injury. And also the one that makes you do it with good form. So if you're like, I'm more challenged jumping, but you're doing good form, poor form, then don't jump. If you're managing to maintain your technique, stick with a jump. So you've done over 90 seconds. So as many rounds as you can. I'm just going to keep on going now so that if you need to see it again, you can see it. But 5, 5, and 5. Should have done 5 exercises. That would have been a nice number. 5, burpees. Again, if you want to do chest to floor, that is fine. You lower in a plank, just make sure you're not worming up and down. That's bad for your back. Instead, you're lowering with as good plank form as possible. Maybe you need the knees to push back up. 5 burpees, 5 tricep dips, fingers pointing forwards. If you are using an incline, you should be able to sit on your thumbs so they're that narrow for your tricep dip, bending the elbows and straightening, bending and straightening. Check on here that you've not bunch your shoulders up by your ears and keep them pushed well down and away. Then 5 sit-ups, you're halfway. How many rounds have you done? Try and match that doubling it. So 5 sit-ups if you can, hands on opposite shoulders, curl up and roll down, almost stopping at the bottom and trying to avoid using the momentum of just smashing the floor back up and down or using the momentum of the arms. If you cannot do a sit-up, that's fine. Like I say, just come up as far as you can, or do use momentum, and gradually over time, you'll be able to do it without. There's usually just this sticking point between the crunch and the sit-up where you might get stuck. You've got less than 2 minutes to go. And at the moment, everything should feel tired. So your breathing should be pretty high. Your legs are tired. Your abs are tired from all the planks. Your arms are tired from the planks and the push-ups. And yet, just want you to keep on going. Keep on going, because in 90 seconds time, it's completely done. So there's nothing left other than the stretch. So this is the time to keep going. And again, if you're feeling technique, go, don't, pause, shake off, allow yourself that time. If you can, go again. It's only over 5 reps at a time. Whoosh. Try this. You might find you're getting to the point where you do maybe 5 reps and then pause. And then 5 reps and then pause. See if you can get as quickly as you can of one transition to the next one. You are coming into the final minute. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking through it. I don't know what you want, if you want me coaching you through it or doing it at the same time. But final minute, do the best that you can. Bam, bam. Final 40 seconds. Knowing comfortably each time it's only over 5 reps. Only 5 reps you got to get through. Bam, bam. And final 30 seconds. How many rounds did you get in the first half? How are you doing in trying to match or beat that round? Final 15 seconds. Best range you can. Go on, go on, go on. Bam! Whoppa! Done. Done, that's it. Well done. Puffed and only did a round. Shake it off. Going to stretch, don't pause it. Going to stretch. And then you're done. Just let your feet keep moving, let the heart rate come closer to normal. Right. Stretch your shoulders for the planking. Got less than 5 minutes. Just let your heart rate come closer to normal. Stretch your body out again. So the warm-up, I'm never going to miss this. Like, never going to set you a workout that doesn't have a warm-up before and a stretch after, because I believe in overall fitness. And that includes warm-up and stretch. And I don't want to be the cause of why you might get injured. If you press that stop button yourself, oh, you don't get yourself to blame. Switch your arms. I did love one of my clients. Said one time she did a workout, she didn't do the stretch because it started raining. She said she got home, she just forgot. And she ached for ages after. And every day she was like, oh, I got myself to blame. So, yeah, obviously, I mean, injuries can happen anyway, but we can absolutely do our best to try and avoid it happening. Like, how do we feel? My mum always asks me, she said, always ask how you feel. I'm like, yes, I always expect someone to message me and let me know, stretch your triceps, reach out, bend the arm, pull it back. I ask it and I get I get messages from you, and if I don't get messages from you, why not? Send me a message, let me know. How did you find it? What was your favourite bit? What was your worst bit? Do you need help with technique, anything? Would you rather stop and help you a little bit, do a video on something else? Give me feedback. What I hope is that despite it being about 20 minutes of solid work, and switch arms, at least 20 minutes of kind of like solid exercise, I'm hoping that your entire body feels tired. You felt puffed out by the end of it. You felt like you had a good workout. That is the goal. If you got that tick, 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 well done. Tick, 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 boom. You see I move my feet a little bit still. Part of the reason I do it is because I struggle to stand still. Other reason, it's good to keep moving your feet while your heart rate's still coming down. And stretch your chest, hands on the lower back, roll back the shoulders and squeeze your elbows in. If you feel it better by lacing fingers, go with that. Maybe you feel better by maybe coming between a door frame and leaning forward, get the stretch across the chest. Whatever chest stretch works for you. What I'd love to know is things as well, like, or maybe you tried to work out, you couldn't do a single push-up, then you could do a push-up. Or maybe you couldn't do the whole time on the toes, and then you could do the whole time on the toes. Something like that. Progressions I'd love to hear about. Stretch your quads, hold above, find your balance, hold on if you need to. And then pick up one foot, pull the heel towards the butt. If you can, close your knees. Just hold it, keep pulling the knee down and pushing your hips forward and up. Yeah, love hearing about when you progress. Possibly one of my favourite things. The highlight of my job is either watching you progress or hearing about your progress. And switch your legs. You've got a weird thing for balance. I don't know if you noticed, man, I always do this like tap, then lift. One person, whoops, good balance. One person said it helps you balance, so I tried it. Somebody did the old ear holding. Other thing I like is my hand out to the front, little counterbalance, but not out to the side here. I find that's too much, but you know, what do you do for balance? The weird ones. Stretch your bum. You can either do that again, still balancing on one leg. Cross your leg over, push your hips back. If you're ready to come down to the floor, you can do the same thing lying on your back. Push your ankle over, pull the leg towards you, and hold. And final stretch, just switch over to the other leg. So if you're lying down, cross the ankle over, open the knee, reach forward. The leg, the ankle's on, pull it towards you. Try and get your head relaxed down. Again, of course, if you're standing, do the same thing, standing, crossing the ankle over, pushing your hips back. The further you push your hips back here, the more you'll feel the stretch. So you're in control if you need to be less or more. Yeah, nice, well done. Have a little shake off. Shake off. Give yourself a big old round of applause. Well done. Like I say, send me messages, anything you thought, anything your feedback, anything you did, you progressed, you didn't do, struggled with, etc. Just let me know. Stay in touch. Well done. Thank you so much for choosing me to work out with. Hope you had a good workout.